My wife thought it'd be fun to do a video since I spent all morning this morning watching barbecue videos. I'm a amateur barbecuer, smoker. So right now we're just prepping the meat for tomorrow's smoking. And what we're going to do is wash the brisket really well, not really well, just rinse it off. And then put it in a brine. A brine is 10% brine, which is normal, is a cup and a half of water to a cup and a half of kosher salt to a gallon of water. And you can adjust that. You can also add different seasonings. I like to add my dry rub to it, a little bit of that. Just add a little flavor to the brisket when it smokes. We'll be using the dry rub tomorrow as well when we season the brisket. Some folks like to trim the fat. I don't. I like to let that baby soak in, render down into the meat. It's kind of, as my son says, makes it food candy. And just whisk that in. Then the brisket goes in. And I'm going to have to add some water or flip that halfway through. And we'll see you in the morning when we prep this and get it in. Good morning. Most important thing to do before you put the brisket in the morning when it's this early is to get the coffee going. So we got that, and then you got to wake your camera person up. That was the hard part. So we're about ready to take the brisket out, and we're going to give it a quick rinse. It's been brining all night long. Kind of looks ugly now, but it's going to be good. You can see the brine has got some color to it from the rub I put in, but also from the meat. And what you want to do with this is discard it. Remember, I told you I didn't trim any of the fat off. The fat's going to have a little bit different consistency after it's brined all night. And what we want to do is just pat this dry with some paper towels. And then we're going to put the dry rub on. We're going to let that sit while the barbecue warms up, the smoker warms up, and then it'll go in the smoker. I use my old Traeger smoker. It's a little bit expensive to run, but creates a great product. So we're going to dry rub this now. Don't be shy with the rub. You can't really put, well, you could put too much on, but you want to just cover it, get the edges, make sure it's on there good. Do both sides. Yesterday I quoted my son to you that he called this food candy. I misquoted him. He calls it meat candy. He corrected me last night when we were talking about it. It's meat candy. We're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna take a break. When I get back, barbecue will be hot. We'll be putting this on, and you're gonna love this. So one of the things that I really love about barbecue / smoking is that it's a social thing. Started out long ago when people couldn't afford the good cuts of beef, and they started buying the cheap stuff, knowing that it was going to cook a long, long time. Most of the time they were large pieces and fed a lot of people. I use the Traeger smoker. It is a great tool, a little bit expensive. I also have a electric smoker that I like a lot as well. Both deliver a great deal of smoke. And we're going to get ready to take this outside. It is 7:43 already. Excuse me, 6:43, and it's dark outside. We wanted to get this in by 7, and we're going to make that. If I ever get to do this professionally, the name of my company would be Big Stick Barbecue. Now, forget about all the sexual innuendos. It has to do with my dog. Bosco, come here. This is my dog, Bosco. Sit down. Bosco's an Australian Shepherd. He, when we go out on the trails, and we live in an area that has lots and lots of trails, when we go out, he never brings the sticks I throw back. He always brings the biggest stick he can find. It's not too big as long as he can get his mouth around it and drag or carry it. And it's absolutely hilarious watching him try to balance a big stick. So that's why the name Big Stick Barbecue, because of Bosco. All right, so we're gonna give this a try. It is dark, the lighting may be poor. I start with the fat side down. I get a good crisp on it, good char on it. Flip it over, fat side up, and leave it that way for the rest of the time. I want to get all of that fat rendering down into the meat. Remember, this is about 15 pounds. Now it's time to go finish my coffee. All right, we've been in here for 3 hours now. Gonna use a little 50-50 apple cider with apple cider vinegar. The acid in both help break down the meat, make it more tender, and the moisture keeps it more tender. So we're just gonna put a little bit on here. And we're gonna go down to smoke now. We've been going for about 3 hours. It's about 270 still, so we're gonna turn the temperature down, infuse some more smoke flavor into the brisket. We'll let that go for a couple hours, and then we're gonna wrap it up in foil and cook it until it's done. So here we are. It's been about 7.5 hours, and the brisket is almost done. It's so close that I don't want to put it in the oven for any longer or leave it in the smoker. So we're just gonna wrap it up tight, let it rest for a little while, and we'll see when we slice. Are you ready?
Yes.
Can you put a brace on your hand?
So we're filming now?
Yes.
It's on?
Smells
good.
Okay, so we're home again. We went away for a little bit. The brisket's done. We've reheated it, and it's ready to slice. You always want to slice your brisket across the grain, never with the grain, or you'll never ever be able to chew and swallow. So it's smoked about 7.5 hours, and then we warmed it up in the oven. And we've got some friends here tonight, and we're just going to enjoy it. The bad news is, I almost dropped it, but I caught it. So there you have it. You want to cut about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch slices.
My mouth is watering.
Mine too. I'm so hungry. The dogs want some too.
They're supervising.
Now you see I left the fat cap on. All of this is rendered down. It's made our meat nice and juicy and tender. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and tune in again when we do pulled pork. Thank you very much.